Live.
Folks, welcome to Jimmy O Show live. Thanksgiving week following the FAU game, 24-8 victory. And now we are here with some of our offensive players of the week from FAU as we look ahead to a huge showdown here at Ullman Stadium in about 48 hours. So here with some of our offensive representatives, we got Chris Carter. How you doing, Chris? Good. Sincere Hainsworth. Y'all know him by name. Y'all know him by face. And then Chris Brazel, the big fella out there. How you doing, Chris?
Good, you.
Good, man. Good to have you guys. Before we get started, folks, let me be sure I remind you, look, you've seen a lot of us here lately, ftwcollective.com. But our primary mission has always been supporting these guys and giving them great NIL opportunities, including appearances on this show. These guys can't do it. We can't do it without you. And we ask you to go to that website and see how you can get involved to support. There are still a few tickets out there left for FAU. Be sure you get those tickets. It's almost sold out, but we're almost, it's been a great effort from Tulane Nation to get the building ready. And, of course, our charity partner this week, Second Harvest Foods Bank. Some of our guys have done some appearances here already this week. You may have seen that on social media, but Second Harvest obviously doing a great job around town. So, with the business out of the way, let's talk FAU, gents. I know y'all already passed that. We outside the 24-hour rule, but some real superlatives in the game, especially from all of you. I guess, Sincere, let me start with you. I think PFF's #1 run blocking grading center in the nation all year. We love to get down there and run the ball, but, it was a little tough going a little bit here. They were good against the run. We knew that coming in. And so we had a little bit more balanced approach.
Yeah, absolutely. The strength of their defense was their interior, their box. So, we had to work around that a little bit. They had some pretty dynamic guys in there. Luckily, we got dynamic guys, on the outside playing perimeter, Chris Carter on tight end as well, just to go and open up some space down the field and, open up the entire offense for us. So, sometimes you can't do it all by ground. You can't do it all by air. So just to mix it up and be able to do both is huge for us.
Yeah, and let me mention this before we get too far. If you're watching live, we sent out the link by social media. If you're watching live, please go ahead and drop your questions in the comments. We'll get to the comments. These guys will be on to 12:15, and then we're going to have some of the defensive guys at 12:15, and we'll have special teams guys and along with one more defensive guy at 12:30. So go ahead and send in those questions. We'll try to get to them. What I was really impressed by offensively in that game was it wasn't like the USA game where we're just throwing it over top of people in a very vertical pass game. I thought we had a game plan to sort of control the flow of the game, but to do it with a lot more passing game. And we couldn't get that done without Chris here. Right. Both guys, Chris Carter, in your homecoming, you grew up, about an hour from FAU? Like an hour. Yeah. Miami guy? Yeah. And Chris in his home return, 2 touchdown catches, man. Yeah. How much of a thrill was that to get those big receptions in that ball game?
It was a great game. Michael Pratt made some great throws for me, and I was just capitalizing off every opportunity that I was presented.
Yeah. Did you envision your first touchdown to be the juggling version that you pulled off?
I didn't really envision that, but I did talk to Pratt right before the play. We kind of knew if the structure was going to work. He told me he was coming at me, so I was just expecting it. So
yeah. Good job both with the hands and feet at the same time. We talked to Mike Storms. I know you work with him on the blocking side. He always talk about guys sometimes when they're using their upper body, they stop their feet and vice versa. But you have both working.
Yeah, sure.
Get those heels in the right spot. Yeah, good work on that. And of course, the third down touchdown was 3rd and 8, huge spot in the game. And then none of it could have been done without 17, man.
I still got 7.
That guy 1-7 over there, has grown up before our eyes all season long. Chris, outstanding ball game, but you were that guy on Saturday, no doubt about it. How did it feel to be seven receptions, 106, I believe it was, and a touchdown?
It felt good. I knew we were losing production with Lawrence Keys and Quan out, so somebody had to step up, and thankfully it was me.
Yeah. Yeah, and both of you guys, both Chris's, it's a next man up mentality in this program, right? And again, Keys out, your lead receiver over this span, Jaquan Jackson, obviously a huge cog in the passing game, and Yuki hadn't played and made some plays, but was coming back. But you guys just kind of filled in. We didn't miss a beat.
Chris, we got our first question. I'm supposed to know how many classes did you have to get those tippy toes to work on that a little way?
You know what's crazy? My little sister, she kind of does ballet and stuff, but I don't know. I'm gonna start practicing on it. I'm probably gonna need it this week again.
Yeah, you just got it's by osmosis, man. He saw his sister doing it and was able to do it.
Probably translated from my sister though, for sure.
So Sincere, man, we sat in this room. We touched on this on a recent show, but we sat in this room in December of last year. We talked about, your decision to return, and the reason you gave was, look, this was a great year, but I want to build a foundation for a dynasty. In essence, is what you said. I mean, is this sort of the projection of that dream coming forward? Here we are with 2 games to go, hopefully 2 games in order to make another New Year's Six bowl game. I guess that's kind of what you had in mind.
Oh, yes, sir. But, more importantly, just the culture of it all. And, that's really what carries and brings us here is this team's culture and, how together we are, how well we mesh together. It's more so that brings us to these situations to present these opportunities than the opportunities themselves. Now, I am grateful, very grateful for these opportunities and the opportunity to make this happen again. But, just building that culture and continuing that culture so success can continue to carry on for the next season, and, really just ingraining that within this program.
Yeah, and then so Chris Brazel, you've been part of the culture of the team for 2 years. Chris Carter, it's your first year. What is it about the culture that makes us successful? Because I can tell you, you watch us play. Not every game's necessarily the prettiest. We're not blowing everybody out or whatever. But whenever a play needs to be made, it gets made. But that's what I see, and I see that as part of the culture of hard work, sacrifice to your teammates, respect for your coaches, and that's all part of the equation. But in your words, what is it about the Tulane culture that makes it special?
Being that I just got here not too long ago, one thing I can't take is the want to know mindset. I feel like we harp on that a lot, doing everything the right way. And just trusting everyone around you, trusting that the coach is going to practice and preach what they teaching us, and then it's really just feeding off each other. I mean, this guy right here, biggest leader that I ever probably ever played with, because just the way he approached practice and the way he just go about with everything, whether we're in the weight room, working out, pushing everyone around us, bringing that energy. So I just think it's like energy and really just having that want to know mindset with everything that we do.
Yeah. How about you?
Question. Chris President.
Okay.
Did you expect to be such a key part of the offense at this stage when the season started?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Chris, I guess elaborate a little bit on that, but then also, the culture question if you can.
One and all mentality. That's something that's been preached since I've been here. Like we come out, we work hard, we feed off each other. If I'm not doing right, he's gonna put me in check, get me right. You feel me? And that end game, like play to win, want to know mentality. So if you gotta make a play to win, you gotta make a play to win. So
and you made him look down this stretch here, big third down catches over and over again. But like you just owned one of the drives in that game. So great job out there, and keep working with your teammates to be the best we can be. Good things are gonna happen.
I got a question for Sincere.
Yeah.
Sincere, talk about what Chris Carter needs to run game specifically. He was out a couple weeks ago, and we look different when he's out there.
Right, absolutely. Chris, Big CC right here I call him Big CC for a reason. Like he's big, tough guy. Really makes a difference out on the edge. It's not every day you have tight ends who can get down and block a team's defensive end. Their edge players, and that's huge for us. It really opens up some more possibilities for us, opens up more holes, all of that. So just having a tight end that can do both, block, pass, it really puts stress on the defense. So it's very important key part to our run game and our production on offense in general.
I hear it low key. People don't talk a lot about it, but when you talk about the most explosive or best athlete on the team, I hear a lot of underdog votes here for Carter in terms of jumping, explosive, running, jumping, strength, power, the whole thing. Great athlete, allows him to make those blocks in the end and also make those ballerina catches for us.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
We're so glad you joined us, man.
I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here.
So look, we don't know. Looking for it. We got a couple more minutes with the offensive guys. Looking forward to a huge game on Friday. We don't know who's going to be out there play receiver, but I have no doubt that you two guys, if y'all are called up to be the primary guys in pass game again, y'all gonna handle your business, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We doing whatever it takes right now. We know that the goal is in front, so we ready for whatever presents itself.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I have no concerns whatsoever that you will take care of it. And so I guess let me finish on this. Sincere, you did it last year. You walked with the seniors. You get to do it for the real last time this time. Chris, I guess you're going to be out there and seeing you walk.
Yeah.
Does that bring a little something extra, special, knowing that the last, such a big game for all the marbles playing on senior night with so much to play for?
Absolutely. Just the opportunity for, everyone to have their families come in and bring it, everyone who cares about them to watch them on, their senior night. It's just a big deal. And it's, I'm glad I'm able to be around these guys whenever they have that big moment. And very appreciative for it.
Yeah.
Jimmy, we got one more question.
One more question.
From Tulane, that tailgate, this question for Chris Carter. How long did it take to feel comfortable in this offense?
I want to say after the spring, so maybe like 2-3 months, to where I was like able to kind of grasp everything and know what to expect and know how things are ran here. So probably like 2-3 months.
Very good. All right. Well, folks, that'll do it with our offensive guys, and we're live, and we're not going to cut away. What we're going to do is these guys will step down, and we're going to have Tyler Grubbs, Cam Tedesco, and Darius, the Jet Hodges, who forgot that he was a Jet after his 2 sacks, didn't do dance, didn't do move. We're going to have them join us next. So stay tuned about 15 seconds, and those guys will roll in.
Thank you, guys.
Good work, guys.
Go get a big.
Appreciate you.
We gotta get Cam. We're gonna get Cam. Sit on my shoulder.
What we gonna do?
Sit on the shoulders.
Look, you seen Keith?
Keith's gonna jump in with the special teams guys because we got
We
only
got
2.
TJ, Tyler, Cam, Darius, right?
Yeah, DJ should be in. Right there. Right, DJ. Come on, DJ.
DJ.
No.
It's an Alabama boy. Sure.
Yeah, that's fine. We got room for everybody? Like kind of crown in like a semicircle. There you go.
Live to it right here.
Yeah, do the best we can. So, all right, now here with the next segment. Keep firing those questions, folks. Just add them to the comments on the live stream. We got a couple good ones there for the offensive guys, and now we're here joined with 4 of the 5 defensive players. We could have had 13 of them with the way that we're doing, Tyler.
Doing well, excited for those boys at Holy Cross. We're doing well in the playoffs, and excited that we're doing good things over here.
Yeah, man, great to have you. Great to have you and your compadre right there, Cam Tedesco, another one of our key transfers, making huge things happen for the Wave. How we doing, Cam?
Doing good, Green Wave.
Good to have you, man. And of course, the man over there, Darius, the Jet Hodges, with 2 big sacks in that ball game. How we doing, Jet?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great.
Good, man. Hey, look, I guess let me start with you, Jet. I think you're easily top 5 in sacks. Might be number 3 or 4 or something in the all-time list at Tulane. How does it feel to know that, it wasn't always easy. The road wasn't always just a straight path up, but however you got here, that your names are etched in those record books.
Man, I just try to keep a tunnel vision with things, and try to help do what's best for the defense, help us win games. And I think me with that mindset, those were the accolades come in at just me helping the defense win games.
Mm-hmm. One thing I thought it's been a hallmark all year long, and this really goes to all of you guys. And I'm looking at you, Grubbs, and Cam, probably particularly with this, but the physicality with which we played defense all year and just, dominate an opponent. It comes to mind because one of those sacks Jet had was, as a former tackle, if I get beat on speed, all right, that's fine. That happens. But when they take your manhood and walk you back into the quarterback, that's a little rude, man. And I saw you talking to tackle after the game when you picked them up, so that was good. But But talk to me about the physical hallmark of this defense, Cam. I mean, huge assignment this week with Wester out there. I mean, he was essentially an extension of run game guy where screen, swing, et cetera, trying to get him the ball in space. And you consistently close that space. And of course, Tyler, every time you hit somebody, I'm wondering if they're going to stay in the game.
Yeah, so the mentality for us on defense is attack. So that's the mindset I try to go out there with, you know what I'm saying? And I know I'm a smaller guy, so I always try to keep that chip on my shoulder. So I go out there trying to attack for the defense and make plays within the defense for the guys.
Mm-hmm. And how about you, Grubbs? I mean, again, another huge game. I think you led the team in tackles, but it was a space game. It was a game that required you to play sideline to sideline. You were up for the challenge and bringing the wood every time you arrived.
Yeah, no, I think just in practice, we were just talking about running to the ball and just playing together as a defense and just showing how physical we are on the field throughout the whole season, not letting up, even though people are banged up and, some people got to step in. But I think as a defense, it showed that game that we run to the ball really well and we hit really well.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other one thing, I mean, so look, all three levels really performed well in that game. They were sub 200 yards until that last their score drive where, they went for it 4th and 3 on their own 32. They went for it on 4th and 10, got it. But without a desperation situation like that team that probably didn't gain 200 yards. You can't do that without all three levels getting the job done. And, DJ, the one thing that kind of stuck out to me was when Richardson 10 dropped back to pass. I mean, there was nothing deep. There was nothing intermediate or deep that this guy was completing. I mean, every throw was short, which speaks to me. It's like guys are on point, guys are where they need to be, guys are doing their job, keeping the receivers well covered. So just was there a challenge, or did y'all take it personally how the game before went and kind of rose to the challenge in terms of tight coverage down the field?
Oh, yes, we most definitely took it personally. We always are available for the challenge. So we've been challenged this week by our position coaches in our meetings to just go out there and just play hard and cover. They told us the D-line and the linebackers they were going to handle the front, and we just had to handle the back end. So I feel like we did a good job doing it.
Oh, absolutely. Look, the huge interception really kind of iced the game. They were it's 24-8. They were sort of in that another desperation drive situation. They can't go for it on 4th down if you pick them up on 3rd, or maybe it was a 4th down interception. But either way, big interception there. Although I'm wondering, DJ, you got baseball in your past, man? That was a pretty good slide.
Oh, yes, sir. I used to play. That's really my family sport. I'm the only one who really plays football. I tried to be different and play football, but yes, I played baseball though. So I try to implement a little baseball into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, although when you went down and did the slide, I was looking at the clock. I was like, well, they got 2 timeouts. It's 3-something left. He could have stayed on us. He could have tried to take that to the house.
Yeah. Coach Frisk, I had peeked to the sideline when I was running. He was telling me to get down. So hey, I'm going to do what my coach tell me to do. The door is green.
Yeah. You're a high level athlete when you're in that situation. You got the interception. Everything, 1,000 things going on, and you still got the awareness to look over and see what Coach Fritz is telling you. But man, it had to feel extra special getting that on your birthday. Huh?
Yes, sir, it did. It felt very good. Actually, my mother's birthday was 2 days before that, so really, that really wasn't for me. It was really for her. I told her before the game I was gonna get her because I couldn't give her a birthday present because she wasn't here during the week. So I told her for the game I'm gonna get her a pick for her birthday, and it happened. Gave me the opportunity.
Although, you got one for yourself, you got it for your mom. You didn't get it for my birthday, man. It was November 7th.
November 7th?
Yeah.
Hey.
We all little Scorpios, man.
Oh, Scorpio.
So get your happy belated.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Kevin Green Wave Man wants to know how many sacks we're looking at this week, guys.
Green Wave Man. Y'all know him? Number one
I do.
Number one in your heart. How many sacks? Putting you on the spot, Jet.
I don't want to put a number on it, they a pretty great football team. I don't want to put a number on it, but I think
it's 12.
No, I think it should. Sacks are going to be expecting. They're going to be there. We do our job, so I don't want to put a number on.
Well, and I think probably for good reason because I'd imagine against Frank Harris, and I don't want to give away the game plan, but he would expect that. I don't think I'm telling state secrets here. A guy like that's going to kill you when you break contain, when he gets out of the pocket. And because he's looking downfield. I mean, he can run with it too. He can tuck and run with the best of them, so he can beat you 2 ways. But some of his most explosive pass game plays have been when he's gotten out of the pocket on the edge. And so I'd imagine the primary responsibility here for the front and anybody that's rushing pass rush is going to be that lane integrity, right?
Right. And he's a great player. He does a lot of great things for the offense. We have a good game plan that we're gonna go with, and we do our job. I think everything will be fine.
Yeah. And I know you guys and Tyler. You played them last year.
Yes, sir. I've actually played them my freshman, my sophomore, and then junior year.
Yeah, so you've seen them a bunch.
Oh, yeah.
You're quite familiar with that system.
Correct. Yeah.
It's also got so that adds a dose of confidence knowing that what they're doing is stuff you've seen before. And I imagine it also for all of you, really, it adds a dose of confidence knowing Coach Wood saw them in a bowl game last year, did a good job with them. So you got a lot of confidence that the game plan, maybe they'll make their plays, whatever. I'm not saying they won't. They're a great team, but we kind of got an idea what we need to do, and we're not just guessing, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
We got a question based on all that. It's you were at Louisiana Tech, you guys played UTSA last year, right?
Yes, sir.
What is their defining trait on offense?
I think, it all starts really with the quarterback. He's a really dynamic player, can extend plays, can run the ball. So I think, their offense runs through that man, and he's been there for a while. He knows everything that's, within the offense. So I think a big key is limiting him for our success, as a defense.
Yeah, for kind of a three-headed running back attack, they got different guys that are going to get the ball from the backfield. But, DJ, the guy can throw it around. He's got some good receivers to throw it to. We got our hands full. Huh?
Yes, sir, we do, and that's every week. So we approach every week the same exact week. But like you said, they have a three-headed back, and I think the first thing to do is stop the run. If you can make a team one-dimensional, you pretty much can handle them.
Right. And guys, I guess y'all hoping to get a good turnout. I'm seeing the tickets moving fast. Of course, the collective did some work on that, and I think we helped place over 3,000 tickets for this game. But with our students out of town, I guess it feels good to know that we're gonna have a nice support here, rolling on this huge game.
Yeah, most definitely.
And so if you're out there, you're watching this, and you have not gotten your tickets yet, there are lots of avenues available to you. But please go ahead and get those tickets lined up, because we need every Green Wave fan that we can get in this building supporting these boys as they try to go undefeated in conference play for the year. And if they do that, they will be hosting the conference championship right here at Ullman in a week and a half.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Love the support.
yeah. So our two guys on the end, man, y'all. Well, that's looking ahead too much. We're not gonna do that. I was gonna ask y'all about last year. Practicing around all that stuff, but we're not gonna. We got to go 1-0 first, right? Yeah, we got to go 1-0 first. So, well, guys, I think that'll about do it. Do we have any other questions out there pending? No. Okay. Well, I think that'll do it for this segment with these defensive guys. We got one more defensive guy joining us. Keith Cooper is going to be coming on, along with two of our special teams players, Dante Fleming and Shaquem Lacer. So. Folks, stick around. Give us a few seconds, a minute or so, and we will get the next panel on. Thank you for joining us, guys. Thank you for everything you did, and good luck this week.
Thank you.
Look for Captain Simpson. Those people in his family are entertaining me at once.
Attaboy, yeah. All right. All right, guys. Thanks. All right. Go. See you, bro. Yep. Scheme, you see those other two guys? Coop and Dante. Somebody. All right, this is the Jimmy O song and dance hour. We will now sing Christmas carols in the C minor.
That's all right.
Now we'll pass on that one.
Jimmy, what are you looking forward to this game?
It's going to be a big play momentum shift type of ball game. They're explosive. They get rolling. They build up. I mean, the key is really just to sort of keep our heads and understand a guy's going to make some plays, but if you keep it in the pocket, make him try to beat you from the pocket, you can slow them down. And then, offense has got to do his job. Offense has got to cash in the red zone. We do all that. I feel pretty good. Win turnover battle. I feel pretty good about how the game's going to go. All right. And we are here with our final panel here. We got three more of our players of the week. Dante Fleming, who stepped up big time as a punt returner in this last effort with some guys out, and of course as a receiver. We got Keith Cooper, our final defensive player of the week. Like I said, we had too many defensive players of the week. We had to roll one out. He was the low. He was the youngest guy. He got pushed to the last panel. And then of course Shaquem Laster once again. My guys become a Jimmy O show regular. Between he and Keelan, I don't know. This year at least, Shaquem's right there with Keelan in terms of special teams players of the week. How we doing, gents?
Good.
Doing great, man.
Good. All right. Well, look, man. A business trip to Florida, right? I was on the trip, with just having gotten everybody's best shot game in, game out this year. Looking at some of the injuries I had, all these games scary. You got a big time coach on that side. Guy was at Texas. Guys, gone undefeated in American at Houston. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He had an explosive offense. He's good run stopping defense. It was a tough game, but you kind of come out with a very clean game, I thought, in all three phases. So let's talk first about, I guess, the kicking game, guys. Windy day, so a lot more kickoff returns. Shaquem, you actually got to do some work out there covering kicks for once, huh?
Yeah, usually Casey's usually putting it back there, touchback. So it was fun to get a couple opportunities last Saturday. So yeah.
And all over, the usual suspects were down there making tackles. And look, a game like that can turn on any of these games we're playing, really, because look, we're not looking to explode. I mean, as you know, Dante, we're not looking to see a maximum amount of points we're trying to put up. We're trying to control the game in all three phases, and a flip like a huge punt return or something like that would have a huge impact in a game like that. Guy comes in with about a 23-yard per return average. I think he had one return for about 10, 12 yards, something like that.
Yep.
Big game by Casey, strategic kicking as far as the punts go, but covering him when he did try to get the return.
Right. Him and like I said, Will on the punts, putting it in the right spot, and then Casey on kickoff, putting it in the right spots, just kind of made our jobs a little bit easier as well. So shout out to them.
Yeah. And I want to flip to my guy Dante here, because Dante, let me see your shoelaces. No. I see that the shoelace looks a little shorter. The shoelace looks a little shorter than the shoelaces he had in the game, because he got tackled just about by one. I mean, he was right there. I mean, the last man that can get him swiped him, tripped him up, or else we would have had a house call for Mr. Fleming here. How exciting was that when you kind of saw the C's open? Of course, Shaquem and all those guys getting their job done, and you almost took that one to the house.
I mean, it was very exciting seeing that hole open up. I mean, my eyes just got big. I just thought I was about to go. Dude just swiped me and I fell on. But we'll get one this week, though.
You got it? Okay, good. No, I'm looking forward to that. And, would be a huge play, like I was saying, momentum shift, big time in the kicking game, nowhere bigger, really, in terms of how ability to change a game like that. And, of course, just sound on all the fair catches. Does the receiving the punts, they punted a bunch, just to be clean was a huge part of the game. And, of course, Coop, you were part of that effort up front, man. The 5-sack effort from the defense front. You got yourself one. You ran on some of the others, had another tackle for loss, I believe. Just, talk to me a little bit about, the challenge that the defensive front had and its response to the challenge in this game.
We really just emphasized stopping the run a lot, which we obviously did. We want to get them to that passing situation, so we were able to get those sacks, and we just executed our job.
Yeah, I mean, I think 34 yards rushing.
Yeah.
Anytime you look down the stat sheet in the game, you see that y'all hold anyone to 34 yards, feel pretty good about it.
Feel great. That was saying, like rushing the passer, getting great coverage. Yeah, we emphasize stopping the run.
And if you're not a football nerd, you probably don't realize it, but like a team like that who's spread out so much, who does so much to get the ball in number one's hands, on the perimeter, it sort of stresses your ability to stop the run. It's not the same thing as playing in the phone booth type, as we like to say, where the team's got, a couple extra blockers in a box and it's a heavy box on both sides. It's having to defend in space. And it's easy to run in space when you're outside the red area, and so, to hold somebody at 34 yards without actually trying to stop it with extra bodies is a
Yeah.
pretty impressive feat.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
And so, guys, let's flip ahead. Just a couple of you have been here, but Dante, this is your first time playing, I guess, for Tulane, where you're playing for all the marbles, the opportunity to host a championship game. But how's the week of practice been? How guys looking in terms of flying around, getting the assignments right? What's the practice tempo like? What's the feel like?
Yeah, we're trying to simulate. They go a little tempo, so we're trying to simulate the tempo. We're basically still keeping that 1-0 mindset. We're not looking past this game. We're not looking at the future, but emphasizing 1-0 and winning this game. Really.
Yeah.
I think just to go off that, he's exactly right. I think everybody's still really focused on the task at hand, not really looking ahead. Like everyone obviously realizes it's a big game, but just keeping our minds on 1-0 and taking it day by day.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we had a great week of practice this week, and we got a good game plan going into the game. And I feel like the offense we ready to execute and make big plays in the game Friday.
Yeah, I mean, look, and it's the next man up mentality, right? Because Dante, you probably played 75, 80% or more of the snaps here against FAU. Probably going to have a similar role this week.
Right.
Is every man? We got players after players after players at all these positions, and when it's your chance to make a play, it's time to make a play, right?
Definitely.
And really, kind of everybody doing their 1/11th. I know Coach Fritz. We always talk about 1-0, but part of that 1-0 mentality is you're not doing the job of two men. You do your 1/11th. Trust your brothers to kind of take care of their 1/11th, and 11/11th is a winner, right?
Yes, sir.
So as we I guess looking about this opponent, we mentioned that tough opponent. Yeah, I mean I'd say objectively, like from the outside looking in, maybe the toughest opponent we faced all year. Ole Miss obviously was really good too. But when I look at least what they're doing now that Harris is back, he's healthy, playing the way he is. I mean, this is about the stiffest challenge we've seen all year.
Yeah, they're a great team, undefeated in conference. We're not looking past them. They're a great team. Well, we got a nice game plan set in for them.
Yeah, and I guess I don't know what they do anything special in the kicking game. I haven't gotten that far in the research yet, but anything in terms of superlatives, returners, kickers, punters, that type of thing.
Yeah, they got a couple things. They're really well coached, so that's gonna be a big key part of like what they do. But like you said, we just do our job, and there's nothing that we can't really handle.
We can handle anything we do our job for, man. Just be in the moment, be ready.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, look, we're getting close. What are the things? Well, I guess let me ask you this. You're the last panel. We'll have a little fun. We're waiting for some audience questions, but while we wait, tomorrow is Thanksgiving.
Oh.
It's a big day around most American houses. My wife and my children went to see her family this week. They're driving in, so I'm responsible for all the cooking. So when I leave here, I'm gonna do that. So I'm not that guy. I can smoke the turkey, great, and all that, but like the other stuff, it'll be a challenge. But let's talk favorite Thanksgiving dishes. I guess you can give me your top three. Let's go top three down in order. We'll start with you, Shaquem.
Top three, I have to go mac and cheese, 1, dressing is 2, and then I'm not a big turkey person, so I like a spiral ham.
Yeah.
Top 3.
And ham's underrated for
Ham is super underrated.
because then you got the sandwiches after the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, strong. And then of course the mac and cheese is always a favorite. Now, what kind of dressing are we talking about? Rice dressing, or more of like a oyster dressing? What are we talking about?
It's more like more bready.
Yeah.
I think more bready with chicken.
Yeah, my wife's from Central Mississippi. It's like a cornbread dressing.
Yeah,
Cornbread
yeah. It's like
dressing.
that's what it's like.
Yeah,
I got you.
It's like.
Okay. How about you, Keith?
Man, like Keem said, I'm more of a ham guy than turkey guy. So I got ham, mac and cheese for sure, and sweet potatoes, yams, all of that.
Yeah. You like casserole or just getting them just sort of butter in?
My people, we make
candy yams, which we make yams and put like marshmallows on top and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the grocery delivery there. I got to make a pecan pie. I didn't see the pecans. I'm gonna have to go get that. Maybe I'll go ahead and do some candy yams while I'm at it. Huh? If I'm feeling spicy. Well, all right, Dante. Now Dante and I are from. He's from Reserve. I'm from
Plaid.
No, he's from Bluffs. All right. Well, I went to high school in Bluffs. What I'm getting at is we grew up about 20 minutes from each other, so I suspect we have similar tastes. Tell me what the
Yeah, we do it over here. We gotta have mac and cheese, the rice dressing. The people add gumbo in it.
Yeah, a lot of gumbo.
Turkey. Just gotta have all.
You can't hold it for free. That's what we
I
learned.
gotta keep going.
I got it. Do you eat the canned cranberry?
I don't eat that.
Yeah, it's on our table too. Only one person eats that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's huge elsewhere, but down in the River Parish, St. Charles, St. John, St.
Gumbo in there.
No, yeah.
Yeah, you got to get that gumbo, man. The gumbo on Thanksgiving is always clutch.
Yeah.
So, well, folks, I think that'll pretty much do it for Jimmy O Show. We don't have anything else. So, look, thank you so much for tuning in to our first attempt at going live with this show. We had a little fun. We appreciate everyone's questions. It will also be posted on YouTube and available there. Will be available on your podcast streamers as well. If you have not already done so, please secure your tickets for the game. They're going fast. About 48 hours out, there aren't many left, but go ahead and look for sources for that. Get in this stadium. Be sure to also, as you're thinking about what you can do during this holiday season, our charity partner this week, Second Harvest Food Bank, I can think of no more worthy cause during this time of year. Please check them out, and please go to our website, ftwcollective.com, to get involved for these guys. They're the absolute best we can possibly hope to support, and we just want to keep doing it over and over again. Till next time, folks, roll wave.
Roll wave.
All right, guys.
So.